I stepped in 1/3 of the course, the last 1/3, and I wasn't sure what you've learned, what's going on. So what do you guys want me to do?
Actually, I think Sarah could help on this. We just want to know how we could submit our work.
No, if you don't want to do that project, I'm okay. You know, I could continue with the course and go along.
Hello, Professor Jeff.
Could you speak louder,
Good
please?
morning. Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me
Good
like this?
good morning.
Yeah, this is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Hi.
Um,
Yeah.
I think the students can go on with the project without any problem, but they are just confused on how to submit it on Moodle. So you
Oh,
can,
that's
yeah,
something I
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. This model I'm working with has limited functions. It's the
Mhm.
model I worked with in the past had a lot of functions. Each student had a profile they could submit uh, a Word document.
Yeah, yeah,
That was it.
they have the same option actually, but we can do a meeting and we can discuss it together
Okay.
with the IT officer. Yeah. By the
Yeah.
way, what Mike was trying to tell you that we have created a new course shell model for the economics course. That's it. So we can discuss it in a meeting, maybe after this one or
Yeah.
tomorrow.
After this one, I need to get it out of the way because I feel bad, especially for the students, because this is something that I'm expert at. At the same time, I didn't know what type of thing to do because I'm cut in the last tail end of the course. And, so I
Yeah,
could
no
continue it.
worries. Yeah.
I could
No worries.
continue
Yeah.
with the course. Today I'm gonna go over the money. Then I'm gonna continue and finish the rest. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, students, are they confused about writing what I asked them, or what? Or confused about what? About the,
You know,
I asked them just to.
if you, doctor, if you allow me to interfere, يعني, because
Sure,
now,
go ahead,
يعني,
please.
really, يعني, I just hope that you and the student affair to have يعني, a patient for me, because really I don't have any patient. Now we have lost 6 weeks in this subject, six
I
weeks
know.
in economics. Now you are saying that you will start with money. We stopped. The doctors, three doctors, they are changed, stopped at perfect competition. Since a
Perfect
perfect
competition.
competition, we don't know. For myself, if my colleagues having any idea, they can share. We don't know anything after perfect competition. Just a 10 minutes voice note sent by the previous doctor as a lecture. We not accept this. By the other things, we don't need the Windsor to remove all assignments. We need assignments at least to let us practice, but with the way that all our colleagues can install. So somebody don't put another or external application to work in. We will start as Dr. Alan Hunt doing. He putting us assignments, he giving us a timing, and we start. But now we just took 4 or 5 weeks continuously in economics, and now we are discussing projects.
Yeah. Actually,
Really,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know anything about
Let
No, no,
me,
economics,
no.
Sarah.
That's good.
yeah, let me
Tell me,
explain
because
this.
that's
Mhm.
what I need to hear. That's
Yeah, let me
exactly
explain
the
this.
type of
We have
feedback I need to
agreed
hear.
on, yeah, we have agreed on, putting in a project that will reflect actually all what you have learned. Like
What
all,
we learned, Sarah? Sorry, what we learned
yeah, you
in
will go
this
on
course?
with.
What we learned? We have, with all respect
Can
to
you calm
Dr.
down,
Jeff.
please? Can you calm down, please?
Okay, I'm calming down. Maybe, but the mic is very close to me. Maybe this.
No, no. He's
I'm not.
he's
I'm
got a
not.
point,
I am not
Sarah.
nervous, by the way. Yeah.
No, no, Sarah. He's got a point because I totally understand.
Yeah.
Remember, at the time I was a student myself, and things
Yeah,
like
sure.
this would happen, it would confuse me. Now, I have a couple of suggestions. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Rafat.
Oh yeah, I see your picture, Rafat. Rafat, I have a couple of suggestions. Sarah, listen to that to see if that's something you could do. I am willing. I'm not talking about any compensation, none of that. I'm talking about attending your needs. Are you guys willing, if that's if and if, to add another session during the week?
No, Professor, we can only attend towards the weekend, like today. I'm sorry, I don't think that any of us would be able to, join 2 times a week.
That's one voice.
Yeah, you can have more sessions like after the 5 sessions, you can have 6 sessions or 7 sessions if the students need it to.
Okay. No, no, because I want to
So
plan based on that, because
yeah,
you
at the
guys
same
you guys are
time, so
planning for
mhm.
students, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to disrespect anyone, but I'm caught in the middle of this, and I feel bad for the students. As I said, I don't care. I could do this entire thing for free, not a penny. I want nothing. I just do it for the students. And I said it loudly. We want to put 3 sessions a week. We want to extend the sessions, but in 5 weeks, 4 more weeks, there is no way that I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't know what they have learned. I don't know if there was anything. How many weeks? My understanding was 10 weeks had gone. It's week 11, session 11. That means you had 11 session, 10 session before. But Rafat is talking about 5, 6 weeks before. Like there have been only 5 or 6 weeks. And I know maybe because the instructors came and left. They never stayed with the students. But I am making this announcement. I'll do this. I'll do it for my own good, for the students' good, for my passion for teaching. That's it. I don't expect anything from the school. I just do it, and I do it the right way. But in next 4 weeks, there is no way I could do that. There's not enough time. So you're saying you extend week 6, I mean, after that, then how many weeks you're gonna extend? Are the students willing to stay on so I could continue and teach them the entire course so they get something out of it? But unfortunately, as I said, I have one say. That's it. I just said it, and the rest is up to students. Now, my second option would be to extend the class time. Is it possible to go from 2 hours to 3 hours? Again, from my part, I don't expect anything from a school as far as compensation goes, but it's for a student. If you guys want me, I could go 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't care, as long as you guys learn the stuff that I'm teaching. And I know you all are working. It's not like you're not a regular student, like you who has full-time student. You're working. So you're working, you have limited time. And I'm just offering this to see if this one works. Anyone? You see, last week when I talked about project, I made
Yeah,
sure you all
please,
agreed
guys.
to it.
Yeah, you can agree with the professor so it can go, smoothly.
No, I mean, last week
You have,
everybody agreed.
yeah,
That's why
yeah. Mhm.
otherwise I wouldn't say no project. We're just going to continue with the course. And continuing with the course would be very, very, very difficult. Like last night, I went through money and the other one. What was that? Forgot.
Yeah, I think
Anyway,
everyone is okay with the project, and if you want to do, extra assignments, but
no, I don't want to. I mean, don't want to do extra. Project that I assigned would go every week, and we would finish at the end of the week, and I would grade them based on that. That's it. But apparently, from Mike, he said the students were confused. That's his exact word. The students were confused, and we want to change the course. I have his email.
No, not changing the course, just the course shell model. Like to begin a new course shell model, to have it for you individually, not for the other previous professors too, so students can concentrate on what they are learning at the meantime.
And how long we gonna go? How many weeks?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 5 weeks, but if you want to go for more weeks, it's totally okay.
I'm okay. Students, I'm asking the students.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah,
willing to
I'm
go?
talking about the
Say,
students too. So if they need, more sessions, if they need, to discuss more points or more, things that they are confused with, they can do that.
well, that okay.
Good evening, Professor. Or good
Good
morning.
evening. Hi, Mohammed. Is that Mohammed?
Yes, it's Mohammed.
Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I
Mohammed
recommend
Abdul, right?
something?
Yeah, go ahead,
Abdul
please.
Munim, yes.
Yeah.
Can I recommend something? Yes, we can go on Saturday with the regular sessions. Okay, and if you are willing to make an extra session, it's not obligatory for people who did not understand before. It's very thankful from your good self. So we can make both. The obligatory is on Saturday.
Yeah, you guys tell
And
me
in the middle of week, if anyone wants.
one. I mean, what I'm gonna be doing, what I had in mind was this. If I'm say teach money today, then next week I'm gonna teach. I mean, in the middle of the week with a new session, I'm going to be teaching a new concept. So I won't be open to sit down to a student asking me what's going on. I respond to them, I help them out, but so students who don't attend the middle of the week, they're gonna miss that session and they're gonna lose the information. That's what I meant. But if you want me to wrap it up in next 4 weeks, that's exactly what I had in mind when I gave you the project. And of course, now that we're sitting there, we could have discussed where were you confused? What confused you? And that's okay to be confused. I set an example. I put it on the Moodle. Did you guys see that?
Yes, Professor, the confusion is not from what you have already posted, because we already on our model, we have another professor's tasks and its due dates. So it's confusing for us because it's not removed yet from the model.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Don't worry
assignment you
about this.
already post and the assignments that you already posted, we could not add our answers. Most of us have did it, but we could not post because it's still closed. That's the problem. Not the problem in assignment, nor the problem in anything else.
Is that something that everybody agrees to what Mohammed Abdul is saying?
Yeah, I think those
Yes, absolutely
previous
right.
assignments sitting there are confusing, and it's also coming on the dashboard. So I think, yeah, that I also called it out that those needs to be removed so that we can focus on the ones which are coming from you, the project one
Oh,
which we discussed last week.
so the problem is not the assignment. The problem is Moodle.
Yeah, we are already handling this with the IT officer. So don't
I
worry
just want
about
to
this.
know where I'm guilty, so I could go ahead and defend myself.
No.
If
No,
I'm,
it's
if
just
I'm okay,
that
now I understand because the way Mike put it, I thought my assignment was like
yeah,
it was too
maybe
difficult, it was
no,
challenging,
no,
it was
no.
confusing.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
just a misunderstanding. So yeah.
Because nobody replied. I looked at Moodle, nobody replied to my, for that. I mean, the only thing I changed was I mixed up. I didn't have enough. I looked at the weeks. I said that's not enough weeks. So let's put like 3 pages every week. So I mixed up, I think 3 or 4 of the topics. I said focus, and then I provided the example for each one of the topic. Like for the coffee shop, who was doing the coffee shop?
Me, doctor, but yani, unfortunately, I don't know where you post your paper in Moodle. Yani,
Really?
I'm totally lost in Moodle. I don't know where is the
I'm
new,
lost
what is
too,
the new.
because it's just, if it's not there, then that's something that Sarah could fix. Right, Sarah?
Maybe it is there, but I don't know where is it.
Yeah, Mike has
On the
already created a
discussion.
new course shell, and we will add you all, and everything will get organized by the end of this day.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be meeting with. So let me go ahead and just start. Uh, I'm lost too. I'm as lost as you are. Should I go over the money today? The section that deals with money. What is money? What type of money we're talking about? What is digital money? What is money is a medium? Money is a transactionary medium. Should we talk about those things or focus on the project? Anyone? Jihad?
Yes,
Omar?
Professor. Yes,
I
Professor.
mean, did you hear? I mean, when you guys stay quiet, then I assume you agree. So then you leave it up to me. See, my question was, should I continue with the content of the course that originally was posted?
I believe as we agree the previous lecture, we agree that we will submit the project along with continue the course
Very
to
good. That's
learn.
exactly what I had in mind.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
we
think this
agree
will be
the
a
last.
good.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about, I mean, anybody else? Martin? No? Ahmed?
Yeah, I think also, yeah, Ahmad is
Huh?
raising his hand, so I think he wanna speak.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't see their, I only see Rafat picture. Rafat Mohammed, that's it. I
Your
see I
camera is
see
also off.
Olena. I
Yeah,
see Olena.
your camera is also off, Professor, so you can
My
open it.
camera
Yeah,
open. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, now we can see you.
Now, can you tell me, Sarah? I tried. I have the PowerPoint the slide. How can I share that? I mean, there is a share button right up there, but that doesn't work.
Yeah, actually, it's this button, like share, just behind the leave button,
Behind
and
the
you can,
leave, but behind the
yeah,
leave button,
the red one,
the
and you
red
can
one,
choose entire screen when you click on it.
the red one.
So,
Oh, leave. Oh, it says
so
end meeting leave. No, that's leave.
no,
That's
so
end
Professor,
meeting.
sorry, there is a
It's,
button you will say up arrow, and
exactly
there is
next to it.
mm-hmm,
No,
it
yeah,
says
but
share.
say
So
say
when
for
you click on
example,
it, mm-hmm,
let
so
me bring up my. Hang on 1 second.
sure.
Don't go away.
No, I'm here.
Stay right there. So transition slideshow. in slideshow. Okay.
So
Now,
when you click on this share button, you will see the first option as screen, window, or tab. Click on that.
okay. Where am I? I'm on dashboard.
And
See,
let me know when you are there so that I can tell you the next step.
this is confusing. Hang on. Okay. Okay, I'm here. So let's see.
So you clicked on that up arrow.
Up arrow, okay.
And after clicking on that, you will see a list menu, share content. Select the first option, screen, window, or tab.
Let's see, print.
That should be the first option.
Oh,
Screen,
the first one
window,
is, all those icons. It's not the writing, it's icons, right?
screen, window, or tab, correct.
Content only.
That should be the first option.
Okay, content only, okay. I click that.
Screen, window, or tab. When you click on the screen, window, or tab option, then you will see three tab, Chrome tab, window, and entire screen. I would say select
screen,
entire.
window. Where do I find PowerPoint?
So let me actually share my screen and then show you how that needs to be done. Give me 1 second. Okay. And I am sharing, okay? And you are seeing my screen. So this is the button, you know.
Which one?
And
This one? Oh, okay. On the right.
So,
okay, right here, this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you click on it, oh, I stopped sharing, right?
Yeah,
I stopped sharing.
No, it says Samaya.
Yeah. So this is the button.
Which is
window. Let
I'm
me
sorry.
give you a screenshot.
Which
Let me
one?
give you a screenshot. Let me give you a screenshot. Give me 1 second.
Can you see the leave button that's in red?
List button in red.
Leave.
Leave, yes.
Yeah, just beside it, there's a share button.
Yeah, it's
right?
a share. Yeah.
Yeah. When you click on it, what do you see?
I
You see the word screen?
I see.
The word screen? Is it there?
Word screen. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, screen.
Word screen.
It's only screen. Yeah.
It says
Professor,
a
can you
word.
check the screenshot I send you? That is explaining.
You can find the screen or window or anything like this on when you click on share.
Click on share content, which I clicked.
Yeah, below share content, there is presenter mode and then screen.
Let's see. Below share content is presenter mode.
Yeah, below it.
Below it is screen.
Yeah, this is it. You can click on screen.
Click on the screen, but that's what it shows.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Actually, you shared the
Yeah.
screen now.
Now we can see model.
Yeah.
No, I
Just
don't have.
the-
I have the PowerPoint on my computer.
Yeah, you can open it.
Oh, yeah, it's a full screen. Yeah, we can see
Yeah.
now the PowerPoint. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have this screen. What is this? Jasmine, Adam, how do I? Okay, never mind. Okay, now the students, do you see this money slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone sees that?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Yes,
You know,
Prof.
I don't see your photos. You have to put your photos on so I could see, just nod your head, then fine. I only see Rafat's photo. And that tells me some of you are not here. Then come back the next week and say, you know, I missed this lecture, go over it again. And anyways, so I'm going to talk about money. Then
Yeah, they have the recording, so no
what's that?
worries. Yeah, if they miss the session, they can watch the recording, so
Okay.
don't
I'm going
worry
to talk
about
about
this.
money. However, right toward the tail end, after this subject is finished, I'm going to talk about your project. And hopefully you're going to be able that, I mean, I'm going to talk about the second part of your project. The first part, I assume everybody says they're not confused. They know how to do it. They've done it. They just couldn't submit it because of Moodle. That's something Sarah is going to fix. Right, Sarah? You know, it's so bad when I'm talking to myself. Phew, let me see. Let me do this. Ah, okay. Now I said I only see Rafat. That's it. I don't see any one of you live like myself. I even can't hear you. You're breaking. So how many people can see that? Please say I.
I
I.
see.
I.
Yes, Dr.
Oh,
I
Yes,
can
we
I.
can
see.
see
Okay.
him.
Okay. Now, okay. I heard 4, 5. That's good enough for
I.
me. If the rest are not here, that's too bad. Okay. Now, this is the definition of money. That's it's any item that both buyers and sellers generally accept. You know, exchange of money. That currency. It could be digital. It could be in forms of a check. Now, the characteristics of the money are, yet one, we use it for unit of account, right? $100, $200, 300 pennies. And just pay attention to this because it's going to come in your quiz. Money is a medium of exchange. And then it stores value. Like a dollar is a dollar. At some point, a dollar becomes like, I used to pay for gas about 78 cents per gallon. Now it's what? About $5 per gallon. Now, the store of that $1 is this, it's not the same $1 that we spent in 1974. That $1 right now, it's $5 equals the 78 cents in 1974. The value it contains, that's how it's compared. Its value has inflated almost 500%. In other words, it's devalued. Now, there's two ways to track the money supply. One is what? Consists of the most liquid assets. Do you folks know what is a liquid asset? Anyone? No one knows what's a liquid asset? An asset that can turn into money right away. For example, you have a car. You want to sell it. You go and search the value for your car before you offer it or put it in the market for sale. Say the car worth market value is 8,000, but really for it to liquidate right away, maybe you sell it 6,000. So when you put it in the hands of a broker to sell it for you, he says, how much? You say 8,000. He says, looks at you, it takes 8 months, 9 months, 6 months to sell it for 8,000. How fast do you need the money? I need the money right away. So he says your liquid value, this asset has a liquid value is 5,000. Put it right now, tomorrow is going to be gone. So that's what we call liquid assets. The second part is it's a broader measure of money supply. In other words, it's M1, whatever we talked right now about liquid asset, we said, it's M1 plus the liquid asset. Now, that's when we were talking about that $8,000. That 8,000 is not the liquid asset. It's they call it here a broader measure of money supply. In other words, 8,000, it takes much longer to sell than it, if it doesn't sell within 30 days, it's not a liquid asset anymore. After that, it just becomes, it has another value in terms of money supply. And that's liquid asset plus, it includes M1, the liquid asset, plus some extra ones, say 3,000 in this case. So can you guys tell me you understand the concept of liquid asset? Do you know what it is? I just gave you an example. No one? Okay. Again, liquid asset is the value of a commodity that you could sell right away, less than 30 days. You could sell it. Say some companies go out of business, they sell their inventory on the shelf. Now, inventory in the financial statements are considered as liquid asset because at the price, they're going to go between 1 to 30 days. Say, for example, you have a paint shop. A shop that you sell paint, or you sell furniture, easier. You have a lot of furniture, a lot of sofas, a lot of love seats, a lot of chairs, all priced at, say, 5,000, 10,000, 6,000. But that's when, you have longevity in your business. You stay in business to sell this to pay your expenses. But when you go out of business, you want to liquidate everything. When you liquidate everything, you have a time, 1 to 30 days. And you put the price on it so it will go fast. That's why they call it liquid. Now the quiz question. All right. John pays for a new smartphone by writing a check. In this instance, money is functioning as a what? Can someone give me the answer? Anyone?
See, medium of exchange.
Medium of exchange, correct. So it's not a store of value The check is not a store of value. You know, a check could be a bad check, right? Right. You could write a bad check, write a check for 5,000. It doesn't have a value until it's cashed. If it doesn't cash and the bank returns it, then here it goes. A goes away, a store of value. It's not. Purchase investment. It's not an investment. You know, when you buy a new smartphone or by writing a check, medium of exchange, yes. This is what we said. And then unit of account, investment. Nothing has nothing to do with investment. Next question. Now, definition of liquidity. This one, the degree to which an asset can be readily converted into currency, readily, right away, 1 to 30 days. Remember that. I mean, readily could mean 2 months, but for most parts, it's 1 to 30 days. You could liquidate that. You could sell that at a price that it's a deal for people to buy it. Now, we go to money supply. Let me just quickly go see if that's my PowerPoint. Okay. Quiz question. Now, what is included in money supply? Can someone read that for me, please?
Demand deposits, traveler checks, other checkable deposits, actual currency.
Perfect. These are all money supplies. Now, in M2, again, the second part of the money supply, all the M1s that it was read by one of you, saving deposits, small denomination time deposit, and retail money funds. Those are all a part of money supply. Saving deposit, we know, right? Small denomination, remember, small denomination time deposits. You have a time, can someone tell me what is a time deposit? Say you get paid. You work for an employee, they pay you once a month. Say you get paid $10,000 a month. That's a small denomination time deposit. Every month, 10,000 goes to your bank from the employer. Now, retail money funds. Now, what are retail money funds? Pretty much the same thing, but the money that really comes from sales of goods for the consumers. Anything that you purchase. Now, the quick question here. Which one of the following statement about the money supply is true?
A. M2 includes saving
A.
deposits.
Yeah, M2 includes saving deposits. Now the other ones,
I think is B.
B. Yeah, B, but
M2.
you're correct, B. M2 is more liquid than M1.
Because it's including M1, actually.
Yeah, it's including M1, of course. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go to the third one. So kind of, mark down these answers. And if you can, I'm trying not to go too quick, so you can write them out. If you want to turn in your quiz, that's it. Now, equation of exchange. Nominal versus real variable. Now, let's talk about variable measured in monetary units or prices. These are nominal. Anything variable measured in monetary unit, with money, it's $100, $200, $300. You deal with that. Or prices, real prices, $5, $6 per unit, $10 per can. I don't know, $2 per pound of rice. Yeah, those are all monetary. Now, when we're talking about the real one, the real vegetable, the variable measured in number of units or units of output. For example, let's say a manufacturing, let's use the car wash example, because we're going to be using that example. An economy, say, hypothetically, think an economy bases its GDP, gross domestic product, which I'm gonna go over with you, on one product. You've heard people say, "Oh, that country is depending on oil. That country is depending on selling power. That country is depending on selling uh, agricultural product." So let's assume the country we're thinking about is depending on doing car wash. That's it, for its internal GDP. That's gross domestic product, which I'm going to go through that. Now, in terms of units, this country A, let's call it country A, has a big unit of car wash that washes car wash. Washes 500 car per day. Charges $10 per car. So now we're talking about variables. This country could go to 600 washing of cars at $10, makes what? 600 times 10, 6,000. Or 500 times 10, 5,000. So its GDP, which is based on only one product, is 5,000 or 6,000. Of course, in real life, GDPs go up to billions, because it's a combination of a lot of product. Whatever government spends, whatever people buy, whatever investments the factories make, they buy machinery. I mean, add them all up together, that would be GDP for that country. Whatever they export, they import. Of course, when they have more export than import, then obviously there is a positive value there, and it adds up to GDP. So, do you understand now what is a variable measured in numerical unit or units of output? Does everybody understand with the example, car wash example I used? As I said, think about one country. That country's production is only what? Car wash. Or let's, even you want to change it, let's see, think of one country based on oil, they sells 6 million barrels a day. Unit of account would be what? Barrel. 6 million barrel times whatever it is, then it becomes, you know, monetary. But as long as we're talking about the units of output, it's a variable itself, it could change. Now, let me talk about velocity of money. Forget about the definition of the idea that real variables such as employment and outputs are independent from nominal, variable like money. We're going to get to that, but velocity of money which is what? Speed of money. We could translate that into the quickness of money. But what does it mean? This number of times on average and in a given time period that each dollar in a nation's money supply is used to make purchases. Okay, this is what it says, but in a simpler word, the velocity of money means it's a number that's produced in exchange media, and when it's high, it talks about it has some good outcome. When it's low, it has some bad outcome. Generally speaking, when the velocity of money, let's just go through an example to define it much better. When the velocity of money, say, becomes 3 versus 1.5, the speed of money that money gets exchanged in the market. What it is, like when it's high, that means the money changes hands a lot. The money is fluent. People are buying, people are spending. Now, when we say people are buying, people are spending, is that something good or bad for the economy? Anyone?
Good.
It's good for the economy, but to what extent? To an extent that doesn't create inflation. I'm going to say, wow, the economists sit down and calculate all these numbers. They say, oh, speed of money is 4.5. Then comparing to 5 years ago, which was 1.2. It's good, but when money gets exchanged a lot, that means what? That means there are products, countries' production at a point exceeds the demand. Supply goes up, demand, to a certain extent, and then people go buy one refrigerator, and if they have money that could spend, and factories keep making refrigerators, the guy goes buy 2. Right? For example, in my house, I have 3 refrigerators, but that doesn't, it's here in America, it's not a good indication of money. It's just the fact that, my son and his girlfriend have 1, my wife and I, we have 2, because we throw away, we throw a lot of parties, a lot of men, people come, all my age people, from different walks of life. So we have to keep the refrigerators full for the party. Then after the party is finished, then it's one of them is empty. I turn it off until the next time. It takes 2-3 months that I invite people over. So, and when we invite, I invite 40, 50 people. So that's, that's a lot of fruit, a lot of food to prepare, a lot of other stuff, desserts, you know. So that I have to turn both of them on. But in reality, in a fluent situation where this becomes a norm, like everybody gets 2 refrigerators for the house size they have, and that means economy is doing what? Doing good. People have money, they spend. But what if people overspend? You know, they have a lot of money and there are a lot of products out there and they keep buying until the products become scarce. Say, for example, um, in terms of food, meat, red meat, people, you know, normally should, well, this is all kind of the health thing, you know, you spend, how many, you purchase 5 kilos per month, which is 10 pounds every 3 days. You know, your food has red meat in it. Now, if people don't have money, then these things gets cut down to 5 pounds. If they have money, you know, then they spend enough to get that 10 pounds, which is good for the economy, for the money to keep rotating, to keep change, to keep, changing hands. But it becomes bad when? Can someone tell me when that becomes a challenge in terms of red meat? Anyone? Supply is red meat. And money and is in, people have money, can
I
afford
believe
it.
that when the supply is more than the demand, there is a big gap between supply and demand.
Okay,
At
you're
that
in the right
time,
track.
that it will be a bad of the velocity of the money. Yani this
Okay,
just
supply is more than demand. That velocity of money changes little by little. It, that's where inflation starts. Inflation is not a bad thing. Inflation, up to 2-3% a year, that's not a bad thing. It is a part of economy. Then the next year we adjust it. We increase rates, we increase prices. You see, once the inflation starts, what is the very first thing? When I say inflation starts, I mean this. You make $100, say 10,000 a month, and you go in the market, you say, well, every day I'm going to eat filet mignon, steak. So your supply, your demand changes from what it was to, say, if it was 10 pounds, now it becomes, say, for example, 30 pounds. Every day you eat a pound. This is one person. Now, at some point, the supply becomes scarce. It becomes less. Not becomes less, the supply keeps producing the same amount, but people buy so much of it that it will be gone. At that point, what happens? Anybody can tell me? Say you go to supermarkets every day, before every 3 days you buy meat, say a kilo of red meat, but now every day you go and buy a kilo of red meat. What happens? Anyone? That meat supply, say, becomes scarce. In other words, it runs out every day, keep running out. And then they have to increase the prices. That's where inflation goes to a point where it needs to be adjusted. they increase the prices. Now, the standard uh, standard approach is interest rates. People keep borrowing money to buy houses. Like, I'm pretty sure this happens in any country, in every country. Uh, there are houses, when people make a lot of money, they want to go, borrow because they can afford making the payment, right? So they borrow, say, 100,000, they're making 10,000 a month. Hell, they just pay it off, but they go buy a house. It gets to a point where all the houses are being bought. There is no more houses. Then the people who own the house, they want to sell because prices go up. Because there's scarcity in the market. I mean, there are not enough houses for that much demand. So supply becomes less than demand, and it eventually becomes more expensive. Now, that's one impact. The other impact is the interest rate. When banks see that they used to have, say, 10 customers to borrow money every month, now they have 50 customers. What do they do with the interest rate? Anyone?
They will increase it.
Increase it, exactly. They increase the interest rate so the demand comes on, because banks don't have, what do you call it, infinity amount of money. So, they do that. Plus, see, when you have a combination of increased prices, increased interest rate, then that's how, when you increase interest rate, that's how you control the inflation. Now, can someone see this? Can you guys see this? MV equal PY?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is the formula that really, determines the velocity of money. Now, if you see, the M stands for money supply. Say, if a country has, money supplies, rely on production. If your production is $1,000, I mean, when you put it in the market, say country A only, country B, say, this is another, country B produces only oranges, worth of $1,000. They cannot do more at this point. So when they put it in the market, they sell it for 1,000. People buy them all together, it will be $1,000 GDP. That's it. That $1,000 is M. That's a money supply. Now, velocity of money, which is defined by V, we leave it alone because we're going to determine that. On the other side of the equation, you have price level. Orange, say $2 per pound. And you multiply that by real GDP. This is where the GDP comes into play. So let's look at one example to define that. So suppose the money supply is $1,000. Can someone tell me what is that money supply refers to? That's all the money that the country makes or produces. Our economy produces car washes that cost $10 each. During that month, each of the 50 citizens of the country, this country has a population of 50 people. They're going to get their car washed, single car, 3 times during the month. So there are 50 citizens, right? Each one of them has a car. They wash it 3 times. So 3 times 50 would be what? 150. 150 is the unit of the output of production. 50 cars, 50 cars times 3 times a month as 150 car washes. The price would be what? Anyone? What is the price per car wash? $10, right? Come on, guys, talk.
Yeah, it's written there, $10. Yes.
Exactly. Well, I just want to make sure you guys pay attention and repeat it with me.
Okay, look.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Say whatever you want to say. Don't be scared. I am not
No. I'm just trying also to be alive with you.
Oh, very good. Thank you. I know you are. So this is how I'm going to measure you guys. So we put the formula MV equal PY. M is what? 1,000 times V, the velocity of money we're going to determine, equals what? Equals $10, that's the price, times 150, that's the unit, how many washes we do? 150 washes. So when you calculate the formula, the velocity of money is 1.5. Okay? Now at some point, is 1.5 becomes a standard. At some point, say a country starts year 1. The year 2, they say, shoot, prices are not, that high. Let's make it $12. So when they make that $12, then obviously 12 times 150 is what? About 1,800? Then it becomes 1.8. So went up. Good. The economy is growing. But they keep doing that to a point where it becomes 3 or 4, and people, or not even that, they come on the Y. He says 50 times. 3 people wash their cars 5 times a month. That's 250. 250 times 10, even, at the $10 is 2,500 divided by 1,000 is 2.5. So as you see, this is the velocity of money, keeps fluctuating. And then I'm going to go through another thing I wrote here today. Got to be able to open them. Under GDP, okay, I had, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we do.
It is another document. You see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we get, in economics, the velocity of money refers to the rate at which money circulates or changes hands. Now, within an economy in a given period of time, which is normally we do it month. In the United States, they keep calculating that every month. It is a measure of how quickly money is being spent or used to facilitate transactions. And, it gave the formula, same formula, except, they rearranged the variables, and it worked that. So now, A high velocity of money suggests that money is being spent quickly, indicating a vibrant and active economy. So when we see the velocity of money is high, as I said, we cannot say 8 is high, 7 is high. You always compare that to your base. Your base is your last month. If it's higher than last month, then you're going to say a high velocity of money suggests that money is being spent quickly. Now, on the other hand, a low velocity of money suggests the money is changing hand less frequently. When that happens, people have a lack of confidence in spending. People don't want to spend. They are not confident if the economy bounces back. Like, for example, in housing, when inflation starts, rates go high, people spend less. That's how, they control the inflation. When the rates go high, people don't want to borrow money, right? Right. People don't borrow money because they have to pay a lot of interest. And, if the money supply increases significantly without a corresponding increase in the velocity of money, it may lead to inflation. So all of a sudden, in United States, for example, or in any other country, for example, let's use Iran as an example. Iranian government keeps printing money every year. If I tell you this, you're going to be shocked. Every year, the economy moves up the inflation by 100 to 150%, not 2%, 3%. Let me give you an example. 4 years ago, before this chaos in Iran, 4 years ago, the value of dollar was on the average 7 2 months. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 2 months or real, well, or 70 reals. Well, they will be 2 months now. They will be 2 months. 7 2 months. 7 2 months. 2 months is the value of Iranian money. However, now after about 42, 43 years, can anybody tell me what is the value of dollar in Iran? Anyone? Yes? Come on, give me a guess. Just guess. No? That's 60,000. 2 months. Almost 10,000% inflation in 43 years. Now, as a result, that uncontrolled inflation, people are suffering very, very bad. People cannot afford buying just regular grocery products. And like the consumption of meat in Iran is about, is about 30 to 40 kilos of red meat per year. That's like 3 kilos per month, somewhere there. Prices are astronomical. Now, why that happens, that's a different story. But this is now in the US, for example, say like in the US, the prices of houses went up, and people had money because rates, were low. Rates were at 2%, 2.5. If you had a good credit history with 2.5%, if you have even if you had an average with credit 3.5 right now, and they keep buying. Right now, the average interest rate is 6.5. So people are scared to borrow money because that's too much to pay. They don't know if they're going to hold on to the same job for the next 10 years and to be able to pay 30 years worth of loan. So which one is better for economy, a higher velocity of money or lower velocity of money? That's my question. Can anybody answer this?
Just wild guess. Both are not so good or bad. It's something relative to the GDP. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
if
Both
I say it
both are
right,
not good or bad. Yeah, you're right. Let's look at the higher velocity of money. Now, in the stimulus economic activity, a higher velocity of money means that money is changing hands quickly, which can stimulate economy activity as transactions increase. Now, supports economical growth. Increased spending can lead to higher demand for goods, which I said that when you have a lot of money, you want to buy, and services, encouraging businesses to produce more and potentially leading to higher levels of employment and income. So these are all advantages but then it has disadvantages too. So what is disadvantages? Perfect, right here. Inflationary pressures. Now, this is the disadvantage, as I discussed with you already, that when this happens, if the increase in spending outpaces the economy's capacity to produce and services, then of course it can lead to upward pressure on prices, resulting in inflation. Now remember, I told you at some point they have to increase price of meat. People are buying, and the supply cannot match demand. Now, this, kind of, when the economy cannot produce, say, or cannot produce on time. Now, one of the main reasons this happens is increase in population, right? When population increases, then the spending pattern changes, behavior changes. Now, population we understand. It's not decreasing. Every year, it increases. But the more important one is the behavior, spending behavior. For example, 20 years ago, there was no cell phones, right? Everything was pretty much basic technology. So the money we spent on that was not comparable to what we spend today on the technology. Look at it, a phone, a good phone, even the older one, the Notebook 20, the one I have, I bought it 2 years ago, $1,000. Right now it was maybe $200. But what I'm saying, 15 years ago, I didn't have to have a cell phone. Come on, 10 landline. And a lot of other things have changed, in technology, and people want to buy them. People in nature are consumer of any goods and every goods that becomes available to them. People look at availability in terms of cash, they pay by cash, or they borrow the money. Credit cards. Let me ask you guys, and you guys who are in Saudi Arabia, do you use credit cards there?
yes. And
For
we have
what?
cars,
For
but And we have cars, we don't have camels.
No,
Yes,
I know,
we
I know.
have.
But how do you
We
use
have
it?
credit cards.
Excuse my, I mean, I apologize for asking the question the wrong way. How do you use your credit cards there?
For mostly everything, especially after pandemic. Yeah, after pandemic, after COVID-19, I think Saudi Arabia is the best country or the first country. I'm from Egypt, by the way. I'm not Saudi.
Yeah.
Use the technology to make that untouchable between people. So we spread it. They spread it every way. The Google Pay, Apple Pay. Even you have 1 real, you will pay
Very good.
buy something from grocery with 1 real. You can pay it with your phone. So
Very
we
good.
have, yeah, it's, everything. You can buy everything with your credit cards.
So now let me ask you, hypothetically, I mean, you don't have to answer that, but let's see how you're gonna go around it. And credit cards is a form of money that you really borrow, right?
True, and it's a disaster for me. because you don't feel that you are making any efforts to buy. You just pull out
Buy.
your cards, give it to the shop, and get what you need. And at the end of the period, you will discover that you have spent full amount of your ceiling. Then you have to start thinking, instead of paying 100%, as I usually do, I will pay 5% as they offer me. Then the interest come out and the money will get, the situation will get more stuck. I got your point, doctor, by the way. Just for the fun, I just said that. Yani.
That's great, because you are no difference than American here. Same thing. Spend money without thinking, because it's not money, cash money that you count. Your credit card. You know,
You
give
are
it,
right, doctor, because as a human, this is out of everything. As a human, we need everything. So this is the basic of my opinion, the basic or fundamental foundation for economics to raise up, that people need everything everywhere, and resources
Correct.
is limited. So that this is the creation of economy.
All right. It's interesting that that you said the exact thing I expected. Probably, this behavior comes from the fact that human being, uh, they just, whatever they see they want, whatever they can afford they buy, whatever they cannot afford they buy with credit card, with borrowed money, which as a result you pay interest and all the thing. The fact is, what I'm saying, this is, uh, it says, if this is where the inflation steps in. Now, if your wages doesn't increase, at some point you're gonna fall behind. You're gonna owe so much, then you're gonna say, forget it. I cannot pay this. Then face the legal, consequences. So, uh, I, you know, they call it a speculative behavior. Rapid circulation of money may also encourage speculative behavior, leading to asset bubbles and financial instability if not managed properly. So, when it's, of course, when you say asset bubble, like value of a house, for example, today is 500,000. In a year, if the interest rates are low, and people keep buying, your value goes up to 1 million. That 500,000 is a bubble that could explode anytime. How it explodes? Once the federal government decides to control inflation, they increase the prices and increase the rate. Then your value of the house, boom, comes down to what? To say 700,000 versus 1 million that was before. but you borrowed so much money off of your assets, off of the what do you call it, um, the part of the house that say the house was paid off, and not paid off. I mean, since the value went up, bank gave you loans, and based on your credit and based on the value of the house. But when the value drops down, you owe that much money, then you don't know what to do. You even don't realize it until you get laid off, because when we have inflation, a part of that inflation that leads to inflation is employment. People are not employed, they lose their jobs. When they find a new job, they get paid less. And but all that owed money is they owe it. They cannot escape that. And unfortunately, that's one of these disadvantage of the velocity of money when it goes high. Now, let's look at the real quick on the lower velocity of money. Price stability. A lower velocity of money may result in a more detailed price level if spending is moderate. In other words, when you say moderate, average, you don't go too high, you don't go too low, and in line with the economy's productive capacity. Now, when I say in line, you don't go over spend, But then again, I said the factor that changes that is the behavior that's not controllable. When credit card is in your pocket, that behavior that you pull out and you buy whatever you want, okay, I'm going to pay for it next month, that behavior cannot be controlled, And of course, some people may, but majority don't control that, And then, of course, that creates a problem. But when you spend moderately, you keep track, and those things don't happen until you get older. Remember, that's when you retire, you have less income. When you get older, you just realize, oh, I gotta adjust my spending. Now, disadvantage is stagnation. Stagnation or recession. You guys know the definition of recession, right? When inflation is so high, it's out of control. You just can't control it. And again, that's recession. That's happening in Iran, definitely. When I use Iran versus US in terms of economy, Iran is at the lowest end of whatever you call that recession. And it's just like, and then you have US somewhere in the middle, and countries like Saudi Arabia, like Kuwait, are really the top runners. And, they have a lot of reserve. They have excellent GDP, and these countries don't need to control because the source of the money is limitless, keeps coming in. Therefore, it's not them. They don't print money. They don't need to. When in Iran, they have to print money without any backup. Backup is what? Production. Backup is the goods that the economy presents to people. When the economy cannot, say for example, you are an apple farmer. You present 10 pounds of apple to the economy, and you cannot do any more. You have reached your limit. We have, like say you have 200 square feet of land, and only 10 pounds of apple comes out of that every year. It cannot be 11 pounds. The only other option would be if the country becomes technically uh, advanced and go to deserts and make those farmland. But at that point, when that happens and people keep want to pay and get it and get the apple, and then people don't have any money because they're not working, employment. That's the time when recession hits you. There is no cure for that. And there is a cure, of course, but there is no cure. There is a drastic cure, that to go back to implement those measures to prevent from banks from the economy going bankrupt. Okay, now in summary, in the answer, Rafa, that was you who gave me the answer?
Yes,
Or
doctor.
yeah, I think you said not good, not bad, right?
True. Yes.
Yeah, that's right here. In summary, neither a consistently high nor a low velocity of money is inherently better for the economy in all sanction situations. That's it. So in all situations, low or high, none of them could be better for the economy. It's very situational. Now, instead of optimal velocity depends on the balance between stimulating economy activity and so forth and so on. So, in the face value, when you see those numbers high and low, for example, say in Egypt, you have a price velocity of say 3.8 in March. Now it's April, it goes up to 4.5. But when you look around, you see lifestyle hasn't changed much. This has changed, but you couldn't say really this 4.5 is good. It's good, but right on the face value, you cannot say it's better for the economy to have 4.5 than 3.8 that had last month. The only reason, the only way that you could substantiate your claim is going back to the formula. Oh, you say there more money available, and money, where did it come from? If it came from, say, some other country, if you borrowed the money from some other country, then that's not good. The only way is production. If you increase your production or introduce a new product to the nation and to the world that you could sell, then that 4 point whatever that is, velocity of money, that velocity is good. So overall, if you hear the term velocity of money, understand that it's neither good nor bad. That's it. So if you come up with, if you see in a quiz, that's your answer. All right. Let's see. Okay. Now I have one more photo here. That's Lizette, right? Lizette, is that you? Okay.
Doctor, sorry for interruption. I just need to excuse because we have maybe 10 to 15 minutes for breaking the fast or fast breaking in Ramadan.
Of course.
So I'm
Please.
just thank you for your explanation. I will return back to the records to complete the lecture, inshallah, later on.
I really appreciate your feedback, and thank you very much for participating.
Thank you, sir.
And Javier, you're gonna have iftar, right?
Yeah, yes, iftar, inshallah, after maybe 15 minutes, but I need to prepare myself.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead and take care of that. That's more important than this. And I will post that in the. I think that she said she record that, and you could listen to the recording.
It's usually recorded. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, the next item is equation of exchange worked example. Same thing. Last time M which was the money supply was 1,000, now it's 500. Now the price is the same. How many cars? 50 times, three times a month, 150. Everything the same except the money supply changed. When the money supply changes, the what do you call it? The velocity of money becomes 3. I think the last example was what, 1.5? Yeah, 1.5. That was, we have more money supply. With less money supplies. So here is an example. You would say, okay, it went up, but why it went up? The money supply is less, So you figure that it went up. There could be some other factors that involve. What? Maybe the money supply went up because prices came down. Prices came down and money supply went down, which is good. When the prices come down, kind of a deflation. So this number 3, the velocity of money at 3, is not a bad number right now. Okay, quiz question. You are a research economist working for the Federal Reserve Bank of Marketopia. Use the data below to answer each one of the following questions. Suppose M, 1,000, money supply, velocity of money is 2, Y equal 500, solve for the price level. Okay, you guys solve and give me your answers. Just use the formula.
B, 4.
Correct. B for anybody else? No, I'm sorry. What was your name?
Ahmed Hassan.
Ahmed. Okay. Mohammed, right?
Yes.
You're Ahmed.
Mohammed Hassan.
Mohammed Hassan. Yeah. Okay. Good. Mohammed Hassan. Uh-huh.
Same answer, doctor.
Same answer. Well, the thing is this. All you gotta do is use this formula, right?
Right.
MV equals PY. Just replace the numbers. You're gonna come up with the answer. Very good. Make a note of that. Again, that's the quiz, I guess, you're supposed to turn in, right? That's another one. You're a research economist working for the Federal Reserve Bank of. Use the data below to answer each of the following questions. Suppose that real GDP, Y, equals 5,000 units, of course, of output. The price is 4, and the money supply, M, is 2,500. Solve for the velocity of money.
D.
D,
The answer
8.
is D.
Yeah.
D8. Let's see.
Yes.
I think. Let me put it in form. Okay. PY. Oh, we're gonna get this one, 2,500. Here you have what? 5,000 times what? What was the price?
4.
4. And Y was how much?
Y is
5,000.
4 times 5,000, right? It's
Yeah, 4 times
20,000.
5,000, 20,000
20,000
divided.
divided by, yeah, 8, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. No, you know, it is 8, yeah. Yeah, just when you, again, I don't, are you supposed to turn these quizzes? Are you supposed to?
Yeah, usually
No,
we
Professor.
have practice.
I
I'm
think
sorry?
it was sorry. I think we decided to do only the project work which we discussed last week, and Sarah said that those quizzes and assignments will be removed from the portal. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
But if you know that different, then I don't know.
Okay. So pretty much, you know, it talks about banking reserve. I am going to, because, you know, how many of you are here right now? Are you just say I, so I would know how many you are here.
yes, I'm here, Prof.
Okay.
I'm
Who
also
else?
here,
Yes,
Prof.
here.
Okay, 2,
Yes, I'm here
3,
also.
I'm
good.
Yes,
here.
here.
4, 5. Okay, we got 5. Are you willing to spend the next stay up for 30 minutes so I can finish this?
Sorry, I have to leave for the iftar.
Okay. Okay, so
Me
I'm going
too,
to continue
Prof. Sorry.
with this. Whoever wants to stay, stay. Then I'm going to post in the Moodle, just like last time, if you get access to it, to you know, for the remainder part of the project.
Sorry, but Doctor, could you show us where is it in the model, because I cannot find
I
it.
put it under discussion. Let me see. Let me bring it. Let me see. This Moodle. Okay, I put it under, let's see, home. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Dashboard. Okay. Then I come to this week, I guess, Friday 29. Okay, you see that?
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Let's see, 3 or 4. Yeah, 4. 4, the first 4 question I put down here. So here it says here, determine your target audience and define your goal, then market research, then business plan. Read those, they're pretty simple and straightforward, because, you know, it says determine your target audience. I mean, for coffee shop example I put, obviously it's, you know, for people with certain age, people who go to work in the morning, you know, all these goodies, they're all in there. It doesn't have to be, as I said, you know, for each section you write one and a half, 1 page. That would be, I think the last one, it wasn't, it had nothing to do. Let's see, project plan. Project plan, in first and foremost, okay, conduct market. Okay, those 3, yeah. See that? It says right, 1, 2, 3. It says conduct market research, define your goal, identify your target. So it's 3 times 1 page, 1.5 page. It's not more than 5, 6 page for those 3. And I explained that already. So the business plan is not something you have to write something about. It's the entire thing. So don't worry about this. This section explains to you what's due for that week. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to pick up 3 probably next week. Then the last 2, which was 8 section, the very last week. Then we should be fine.
Okay, Dr.
You know,
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, whoever wants to go ahead and take care of personal business, go ahead, please. Don't worry about it. They're gonna have this recorded, and I'm gonna continue with the rest to make sure this
Thank you.
area is covered. All right. Okay, let's see. What did I have? Okay. All right. Okay, we're back to PowerPoint. Can you guys see that? Banks or businesses? Can you see this? Anyone?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, banks. What in nature banks do? Deposit, you receive depositors' money. You go there to the bank. No, you put $500 deposit. You have an account. Make loans to borrowers using depositors' money. Huh? You see, banks use depositors' money to give loans to what? To borrowers. But a portion of that. We're going to get to that, Move savers' money to borrowers, pretty much, If people have a saving account, which are more secure, say they go saving 1 year, not to touch it, and they get this much interest, 1 or 2%, bank use that money to loan to the borrowers. Now, remember the acronym RR, reserve requirement. The fraction of checkable deposits that banks must keep on hand at reserves, either a currency on deposit with the Federal Reserve. These are required reserve. Banks have to have required reserve. In other words, deposits times reserve requirement. Say, for example, a bank requirement is 20%. Bank has $100,000 deposits. People who have checking, saving, and stuff, they add up to 100,000. The formula for the required reserve is that times the 20%. That's a number which is determined by the bank and approved by the Federal Reserve if the bank want to borrow money from Federal Reserve. If they don't, they have their own policy. But they have to comply with the federal government. So reserve requirement, that percentage, is something that determines how much reserve they should have. Now, determine banks' required reserve. If the reserve requirement is 20%, for example, and the bank has taken in $20,000 in deposit. In other words, $20,000, say bank has 10 customers, 10 accounts. They put money in there, their money checking or saving, doesn't matter. It comes up to 20,000. Reserve required, bank has to have $4,000 of his own money required in there. Do we understand that? Bank has to have $4,000 of their own money as a reserve. How was this calculated? It was $20,000 that people put in the bank times 20%. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now, excess reserve. It's interesting. The amount of reserve that a bank can lend out to each to earn interest equals to total reserve minus required reserve. So excess reserve, this is the money that banks can lend out. Total reserve minus required reserve. Total reserve is what? 20,000, required reserve 4,000. So they could lend out 16,000. It's from previous slide right here. See 20,000 people put in right here. 4,000 is required by their own money they have to have, which is calculated right here. So this minus this would be the excess reserve. That's the money that bank could, lend out to earn interest. Quiz question. Okay, the surety bank has excess reserve of $10,000. And we know where it came from, right? All deposits minus required reserve. Its checkable deposits are 120,000. Checkable deposit means what? Can somebody tell me? Anyone? Ladies? Gentlemen? No. No one is there. All right. Well, 120,000 is the money they, people put in the bank. The reserve requirement is 20%. That would be 20 times 120,000, 24,000. Right? So come back here, excess reserve 10,000, total reserve minus, so that's 120,000 minus, how much was that? 10,000, that's 24,000, 24,000. $10,000, 120, 24,000, 90. What is the question? Oh, total reserve. Okay. Okay. 4,000. Okay. We have excess reserve equals total reserve minus required reserve. Excess reserve was 10,000. Required reserve was 24,000. So when you calculate, the total reserve would be 34,000. Quiz question. Bank reserves are assets to both bank and the customer, assets to the bank and liabilities. So we're gonna answer this one. Well, that's the quiz for you guys. And assets to the bank and liabilities to the District Federal Reserve. This was D, the answer. And next quiz question was, suppose the reserve requirement is 10%. Jennifer writes a check in order to purchase a new laptop. Jennifer, $100. And I'm good. Series B. And all right, so there are two quizzes. One is right here. Suppose the reserve requirement is 10%. Jennifer writes a check for $500 to purchase a new laptop. After the check clears, there are 4 multiple choice, and one of them is the correct one. Right, to find it. And again, here a bank's reserves are, so one of the 4 again. And with this, I'm going to conclude this lecture. Okay, I have Elizabeth, Omar, and Olena. So you're the 3 guys who are here, right? Olena, are you here?
Yes, Professor, I'm here.
Good. So yeah, so there were 2 more quiz questions. I have the answers too, but I wanted you to think hard to see if you can find the correct answer. And then I have Omar. Omar, are you here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, same thing for you. And then I have Elizabeth. No, not Elizabeth. Elizaveta. Elizaveta, are you
Hello,
here?
Professor. I am here. Yes,
Good,
I'm
good.
here, but from my big noise from my side, Professor. Sorry for that.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. So I am going to post this on Moodle, and hopefully they're going to fix that. And you know, we have a better. But you guys don't worry about it. You know, we're gonna go through this, and you know, we're all gonna pass the course. We all gonna be. You know, it's just unfortunately for you guys this happened, and you know. I don't know, you know, if you guys are also working and busy, so it makes it difficult. But any other questions that I could answer?
No, thank you. No, from my side.
Thank you. Okay. And
no question
thank you,
from my
Omar.
side, Professor.
Thank you. You guys have a great week. And on this week, sometimes on Wednesday, if I get a chance, or on Tuesday, I'm gonna go and post the next lecture, and also on Tuesday I'm gonna post all the question for the project. You know, I mean, I'm gonna just send the same guidance for the next 3 topics for our project, and I hope I get all of your responses by next Thursday. You know, I know Moodle was a problem, but I hope I get it all.
Prof,
All right.
can add to the WhatsApp group. Yes.
I can't hear you.
We have a WhatsApp group, but I can't see you there.
WhatsApp group? I don't go to WhatsApp, but tell me who, you know, I'll try to see if I could meet you guys there. But if you have any
we have
question,
a WhatsApp group.
if send me a direct email, and my email is there, isn't it?
Okay, I will send you an
No,
email.
no, to my Gmail. Don't send it to the one that the school gave me. I don't work with that. My Gmail is jhjafari@gmail.com. That's J as Jack, H as Harry, then my last name Jafari, JAF as Frank, ARI @gmail.com.
Could you please leave it in the chat box?
What's that?
Please, could you please leave it in the chat box?
In the chat book, I'll try. If I right here, right here, right here, right? Okay. Here we go. JAFARI @gmail.com. And my phone number also is 949-537-9329. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, just if you have any questions, send me an email. If you want to text me, text me. You want to call me, leave a message so I could call you back. And, we go from there. Well, thank you very much. You all have a great week, and talk to you later then.
Thank you. Goodbye.